Howdy folks, and I hope the 1/6 scale gods are smiling on you wherever you are in collecting land, and welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure preview. So, Hot Toys had a little bit of a lull there for a while and seem to have come back with a vengeance, and they are dropping new figures and announcing new figures left, right and centre. And earlier today they announced this particular figure, which piqued my interest, I have to say, and it is the Broken Tusk Predator from the AVP comics, the Alien vs Predator comics. Now, well, before we dive in, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who has supported the channel, and please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, be sure to mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale reviews, previews, tours, showcases, and all that other good stuff that we've got coming up. So yes, Predator. Now, I'm going to hold my hands up here, and I am not the biggest fan of the AVP films, and I am a real novice when it comes to the Alien vs Predators comics. I make no bones about it, I am not an expert. However, I am a huge fan of 1/6 scale figures, obviously, and a huge fan of Predator. So let's dive in and have a look. Now, this particular Predator is, and I'm going to have to read this because I have never read this comic, hands up, never read it. It's the Ryushi incident, apparently, and if I'm butchering that, please forgive me. And this is apparently where a Predator has to team up with a human being to fight a xenomorph infestation, ends up being killed by an alien queen, apparently, not before bloodying the human being. And this is Hot Toys' take on it, so let's have a look and let's zip into these pictures. The first shot we've got here, and I've got to say the photography on some of these some of these pictures is some of Hot Toys' best. Loving this opening shot they've given us, very dramatic, low down shot, looking up at the Pred. And first impressions, I've got to say, are solid. They really are. It's looking very good. Obviously, I am no expert on the source material, so please, if you are, drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd like to know how accurate this is, whether this outfit is right, the head sculpt and everything else. I'm going on my previous experience of cinematic Preds on this one, so yeah, please help me out here and drop a comment in the comment section below. But first impressions, I'm wowed by this. Mind you, I always am by Predator figures, I've got to say. And what we're seeing here is this sort of up-angled shot of the Pred, and yeah, super impressive, super imposing. That armor looks phenomenal. You've got armor on the shoulder areas there, armor on the, obviously you've got the gauntlets going on. He's clutching these two sort of Pred swords. Apparently these two combine together to make a full spear, or a double-bladed weapon. Anyway, looks really good. Loving the shoulder pads on this with the spikes on it. Sort of echoes of a samurai Predator going on in there. This chest plate looks phenomenal with the alien xenomorph head stuck to it with these pipes coming out on this chest plate. Yeah, overall looking very good. Very bulky, very weighty. You've got that netting as always here. Now I'm assuming they're going to go down the usual Hot Toys route here of not sculpting this netting, having proper netting on the outside, but the detailing looks great. Paint applications are looking good. Loving that biomask. The dreads look really nice with the rings in there. Overall, yeah, well, it looks like we're off to a good start here. I am suitably impressed. On to the next shot. We've got this profile shot here. Now this is the one I used in the thumbnail, obviously. Get to see a little bit more detail from the side. And we also get to see that spear stroke double sword together as a spear, looking very nice indeed. And I'm loving the way this xenomorph head is coming out of this chest plate. Loving the detailing on there and the paint applications. It looks like we've got greens in there. Not a vast amount of weathering, but we've got greens and browns going on. We've got the silver on the gauntlet there. The hands look really nice with that sort of banana skin feel that they went for in the original movie, and the dreads are looking very nice as well. Perhaps a little shorter there. I don't know whether it's my imagination, but maybe a tad shorter than we've seen on other Preds. But is that comic book accurate? As I said, let me know below. Loving this biomask and the paint applications on there, and it's got that sort of bronze, almost copper hue to it, which sets it apart, as also does this armor. But loving the detailing on there. I have to get in close to see this. And yeah, loving the colors, the greens in there and the silvers, as I mentioned. Yeah, off to a very, very good start. And obviously we've got the blades on the wrist gauntlet as well. What we're looking at next, got him in a combat pose here, up against an alien. I like how, I mean, I know it's designed to look like motion here, and it looks like that xenomorph is coming in from the right hand side here, but maybe as well that comes up. Is that their 2.0 big chap that they've used there? It looks like it because it doesn't have the xenomorph skull going on there. Or is that an original big chap? But we're not here to talk big chaps. Let's have a look at the Pred. And we really get to see the copper hues going on in that biomask with there's some battle damage going on the top there. We've got some cracks and scratches. Really nice shading with some silver paint applications by the looks of it on there to pick out the detailing on the cheeks and around the nose. You've got that almost mesh eye going on, which is great to see. And a really good look in the light here at this xenomorph head that's been attached to the chest plate. Looks like there's some damage on there as well, on the top of that head. We've seen that wrist gauntlet for the first time. It looks like the blades can be retracted or fully out, and we're seeing what looks like a hand weapon here. Now, as I say, I am no expert on this particular universe that Pred inhabits, but that looks like some form of gun. Let me know in the comment section below. Liking the detailing on that. Looks like some kind of Predator firearm. And the detailing on this sort of codpiece section is looking really nice with those bone effects going on there. And yeah, overall, I am very, very impressed with this. On to the next shot. On the base, let's talk about that base first. Liking that base. It looks like a standard sort of rectangle that they use for Star Wars figures and stuff like that, and some of their other figures. But we've got the Predator Broken Tusk nameplate on the front there. Looks like we've got some, could be alien blood, although that may well have eaten through there. But looks like we've got a stone effect going across the top there, and a standard issue crotch grabber. Yeah, I'm liking that base. It looks. This is an issue I've had with Hot Toys and their Predator figures in the past, and other figures as well. I mean, springs to mind is the classic Predator and their recent Prey release. Is they give us these bases which are just a little bit too small for dynamic posing, and as you can see here, the figure has to be offset by standing outside of the diorama or of the base itself. So it would be nice to see something with a bigger footprint, but we'll see how it looks when we get it in hand. And I'm going to lean in again here because we really are seeing some detail here under this slightly harsher light. Loving the paint applications on the head sculpt there. Obviously we've got a removable biomask here, so we've got the Predator in all his glory, and I'm going to assume as well that they're going to use that mandible technique. Whether we've got exchangeable mandibles will be nice to we'll see as we move along. What is included? I'm going to read off a list here. You get a burner, which I'm assuming is that handgun. You get the double-edged blade that we talked about. You get the wrist blades, obviously. The xenomorph theme base, which is this one, and there is a special edition as well, but we'll get to that at the end there. This double-edged blade that becomes a spear looks really nice. I am assuming this is the burner, which is strapped across his back here. We've just seen the end of the barrel there sticking out, but we're getting to see this armor as well. Going to assume this is sculpted plastic here. We've got some weathering on there. There's dinks, there's scratches. He's suitably battle weary. We're seeing that netting underneath the legs. Proportions look good, as I say, big and chunky, and once again those dreadlocks looking really, really nice. So on to the next. Action pose here. Yeah, I'm going to call this the burner, and if I'm getting that wrong, please correct me in the comments section. It's got a strap on it, and yeah, look, picking out the details here, yeah, it looks like they are most certainly green hues. Whether they are comic book accurate, let me know. But yeah, a lot of green hues going on in that armor. Nice detailing in the paint applications there. Hoping they do the feet a little bit better than they did with the Feral Predator from Prey. They were a bit of a miss for me. Articulation wise it can be an issue on Hot Toys Predator figures, because when they put no articulation in there, getting him into position, getting him into that pose that you want can be a bit difficult. But let's fingers crossed here that it's not too much of an issue. Looks like, I mean, I don't know whether this is the armor, but he looks like he's got a chunkier build to me than your average jungle hunter or classic predator. And that burner, if it is a burner, looks really, really nicely detailed with the paint applications there. So zipping on to the next shot. Right, we've got him removing the biomask here. Now we've got a battle damage biomask as well. Now whether that's a special edition bonus, we will see when we get towards the end there. But the battle damage is looking really, really nice on there. We've got burns, we've got dinks, we've got scratches, we've got all manner of stuff going on there. Half of the mask near that left eye seems to be missing. And it would appear that he can grip it with the right hand as well. Once again, that xenomorph skull. Now I'm going to lean right in here because I want to check out that details. Looks like, I don't know whether, no, that isn't damage on that xenomorph skull. It looks like that same symbol there. Now, once again, as I mentioned, I am no expert on this section of the Pred universe, so I am assuming that symbol means something, that flash going on there, and it looks like that flash is replicated on the xenomorph skull that's strapped to his chest. And we've also got some other bits and pieces of equipment tied to the chest here. Don't know whether that's whether there's going to be light up features here. There are none mentioned in the blurb, but it would be nice to see. Loving the spikes and the details on this bone, and those tassels at the bottom of that codpiece look like real material here. I had an issue once again with the Feral Predator from Prey, where we changed from the classic Predator, where we had material in this loincloth, and they decided to go sculpted plastic route, which really threw it for me because it wasn't the best sculpt, it wasn't the best paint application. Threw out the realism, hoping this down here is going to be real material. So on to the next one. Oh, full action pose here with him holding the burner. We can see that symbol on the xenomorph head here. Not sure what all this is about with the xenomorph head. I am sure somebody out there, please let me know what that is, because it looks like it's been some way bio attached to his armor. Probably a reason for that, but as I say, I am no expert on this section of Pred's universe. But overall, yeah, the detailing, the paint applications, they're looking phenomenal here. That base maybe could have been a bit more diorama-esque. It looks, this kind of figure really to me begs for a diorama base, but we will see what it looks like in hand. And once again, those paint applications on the biomask looking great. And we get to see the top side of the wrist computer there, looking very different to what we're used to in the Pred universe. So next shot. Action pose atop a rock, camera looking up, nice. Very, very nice photography here. And I don't know whether it's my imagination, but I think I've seen a marked improvement in Hot Toys figure photography in their promotional shots. Maybe it's just this figure, maybe it's just me, let me know. Once again, clutching that double-edged sword, detailing looking really, really nice. Love this sunset effect behind the figure, sets it off beautifully. And once again, that biomask looking very, very nice. On to the next. And as with Hot Toys, they have dropped a shit ton of photos on us, so if they start to become samey, bear with me, we will zip through them. Yeah, this the spear looking great, proportions looking great. I am very, very impressed. On to the next. Biomask off again, and we're really starting to see the that head sculpt there. As I say, it's going to be interesting to see whether we have replaceable mandibles here. It's not mentioned in the blurb that I've got, but then again, I don't think this is definitive, this blurb I've got. I think we'll probably get more details when the official pre-order goes up, if it hasn't already. But yeah, it would be nice to see interchangeable mandibles as we've seen in previous Preds. That wrist computer, weathered, really nice, looking metallic there. The hands. Once again, the hands are like the feet here. The Hot Toys can be a little bit hit and miss with Pred hands. I've seen some with not the best paint applications in the world, and sometimes they're a little bit off scale, but hopefully they'll nail it on here. On to the next, another side shot here. Loving the blue paint applications and that shine that they've given to the Xenomorph sculpt on the chest there. Really makes it pop when it's contrasted against this green armor here. And once again we're picking out those spike details. Looks like there's a back pod. That pod's there maybe, or whether that's part of the armor. Not 100% certain. Maybe we'll get a back shot, but paint applications on that head sculpt there look like a marked improvement from the Prey. I mean, obviously we're getting the 2.0 Jungle Hunter, and that'd be interesting to see. That one's going to be going straight up for review when it comes in, and maybe do a compare and contrast against the classic, although I mean that is a bit apples and oranges, but it does look to me like they've nailed that. Okay, this is a prototype, but yeah, it looks like a marked improvement on the paint applications from the Feral Predator that we had recently. On to the next. Loving the lighting on this shot. We've got a light source off and down here to the right somewhere. Once again, we're seeing those sort of red digits going on in this in this sort of screen section on the chest there. Is that light up? Who knows? Will it be USB-C powered through the pod at the back? Yeah, that remains to be seen, but beautiful biomass there, fantastic. Loving that, and loving the colour schemes that they've gone for, and that almost organic feel to the suit. On to the next, full action pose here, burner in the left hand, double-edged sword in the right hand, and yeah, articulation is looking good as well on this. That was another issue that I had with the Feral Predator, and I don't want to turn this into a Feral Pred bash session, but yeah, its articulation wasn't the best in the world, and scale-wise there were some issues there as well. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be using that same material, that hard plastic for the body underneath there, with those brown and yellow paint applications. I think I can see a seam line there, so we're going to have that jointed knee there, normally a ratchet joint at the knee. These knee sections will be movable hopefully, and overall, yeah, just a super imposing Pred, this one. Really liking it. I think it's going to make a worthy addition to the Pred lineup in the collection. Another action pose here, but this time with the biomask on. Once again, articulation looking good, seeing those greens again. And that full biomask, yeah, very, very impressive indeed. Liking this shot a lot. Now, there's a lot going on in this one. Probably worthy of note straight away is this plastic section that's been attached to the spear. Now, that looks to me like it's that material that we see so often in these kind of effects. We've seen them in numerous figures, in Marvel figures and so on. And they can double as liquid or lightning or whatever, and we've seen them in Scarlet Witches and Thors and all manner of stuff. But this looks like it might be designed to look like alien blood. I don't know. It's green, I am assuming. Why it's not eating through the blade, who knows? Maybe it's made of a metal that isn't affected by the acid blood. But yeah, it looks really effective on the back of that double-edged sword there. Liking that a lot. And once again, those dreads are looking really, really nice. I've always had a little bit of an issue with Preds and the colour of the ringlets within the dreads themselves. Sometimes they're a little bit dull and need touching up to give them more of a gold pop, but I don't know what colour they were in the original comic book, but hopefully they'll have got it right. On to the next one. And there's a lot of photos dropped here. Another action pose, back to throw that spear, right arm forward with the, looks like those gauntlet blades retracted. And once again, that detail is looking phenomenal. Loving that bone section that's running down the front of that loincloth stroke cod piece. Yeah, and we can definitely see that joint in the knee there. On to the next. Close-up of this head sculpt. Yeah. Liking that a lot, and obviously this is where his name comes from, Broken Tusk. Even I can figure that much out. Liking the paint applications on these the tusks, stroke teeth, stroke fangs. Nice ivory, wet look paint application there. It's fading down into where it meets the the actual mandible jawline. You've got that wet paint application or like high gloss paint application to give it that damp look. And overall, yeah, the ivory feel on those tusks is really, really nice. The eyes look really well done. Dark recess, but they've got that orangey yellow pop to them. Then you've got the spots running up the back of the head itself. And overall, yeah, I think that is excellent Predator sculpt there, and some really, really good paint applications from Hot Toys. On to the next, Biomask on, the battle damage Biomask. Yeah, loving the detailing on there. Scratches, dinks, but what look like burns on this side here. Part of the top missing there. And you've got that mesh on the eye, and the other eye visible through the Biomask itself. I'm suspecting these digits on this this unit that's attached to his chest aren't light up. It just looks like a vibrant red paint going on there. But overall, yeah, loving that broken Biomask. And please, somebody tell me what that flash means on his head. I'd love to know. This is a special edition. Nearly missed that. So I'm assuming that this Biomask, this battle damage Biomask, is what comes with the special edition. Assuming you'll get a full Biomask with the standard version, and this will be the special edition. How many special editions they're going to be releasing, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. On to the final all shots that we always get, and we're focusing on some of the details here. We're focusing on those that armor, and it's got almost not the top portion, but the lower portion. It sort of gives me vibes of Colonial Marine, gives me vibes of a Halo suit, something like that, a Spartan suit. Whereas up top, the feeling is more, I'm getting more a samurai influence with these segmented shoulder pads and segmented bicep protectors. So yeah, we've got an interesting mixture here of different themes going on. Yeah, we've seen that gauntlet up close, and the detailing on that sort of crotch area with the tusks and the bone in more detail as well. And it's saying here, newly developed comic accurate with weathering effects. So I have been told. On to the next. I am assuming this is probably going to be one of the last ones here, and it's the usual all shot that we get from Hot Toys, covering just about everything that we've looked at here. Probably worth mentioning here, we've got multiple swap out hands here. I am seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the bottom there, so 7 hands. It's covering the Biomask and the detailing on there. We've got it's covering the battle damage Biomask as well, that semi-diorama base. The detailing on the burner, detailing on the chest there, what I am assuming is most certainly the last shot here. Difference between those two really is that the only inclusion there that's not in the last shot is the battle damage Pred mask. Yeah, there you have it, folks. That is the Broken Tusk Predator, newly announced from Hot Toys. What are your thoughts on this piece? Please let me know in the comment section below. Being a newbie to the comic books, never having really dipped my toe in the AVP comic books, I'll be fascinated to hear how accurate this is. To me, it's looking really, really impressive. But you know, I'm a sucker for all things Pred. I'm loving that armor, loving the look, loving the bulk, loving the originality of it. But yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you to let me know. How accurate is this? What are those proportions on point? Is that coloration right? Is that armor correct? I will be fascinated to hear. So please drop a comment in the comment section below. Nothing is off menu, and I'd love to hear from you. So that about wraps it up for this preview, folks. I hope it's been useful for you. What have we got coming up on the channel? Well, there's a boatload more previews. From Hot Toys, Susu Toys, Present Toys, Caustic Plastic In Art, Iconic Studios, the list goes on. Plenty more reviews as well. In the not too distant future, we're going to be having the new T800 from Hot Toys coming up. Really, really looking forward to that. And we've got plenty more showcases and tour videos and all manner of stuff in the 6-scale world. So as I mentioned at the top there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale goodness we've got coming up. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching, as always, and as always as well, take care of yourselves, and until next time on the channel, happy collecting.